Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a simple double crochet beanie for ages pre-teens up to a small lady's size. So that's pretty much teens to a small lady's size, and this is part of a mini series where I've been showing you how to make a really quick and simple double crochet, that's in US terminology, beanie for pretty much newborn up to male adult size. So the first 4 rounds for this size, which is going to be pre-teens to small ladies size, are exactly the same as our sizes, some smaller sizes we've been doing. So I'm going to show you those first 4 rounds now to get you started. Okay? A chunky, bulky weight yarn, not to be confused with extra chunky or super bulky. This is just a chunky or bulky weight yarn, so that's size 5. And we're going to be using a 6mm J hook. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, to begin, we're going to make this really simple. We're not going to be using any magic circles or magic rings. We're just going to start off by chaining 5. So we do our slip knot, then we're just going to chain 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to slip stitch into our first chain to form a loop. So we could put our hook in our first chain and then work a slip stitch. We pull our yarn through and then through the loop on our hook, and that creates a little loop of our 5 chains. And into the center of that loop in there we're going to work 12 double crochets. So we do yarn over, we're going to put our hook through the middle of our little loop and then just bring our yarn through and work a double crochet as normal. And we're going to do 12 of these. We want 12 double crochet. So that's 1, back into the center, 2, 3, and the last one 12. So we've done 12 double crochets, and we're just going to pull our tail end just to bring in that center hole, which it will do a little bit. So when you've got your 12 double crochets worked into your little 5 chain loop, we're just going to slip stitch into our first double crochet. So just check you've got 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Just going to slip stitch into our first double crochet, and that joins our round like so, and that completes round 1. So moving on to round 2, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2, so that's 1 and 2. Then we're going to work a double crochet in the same stitch that you just slip stitched into at the bottom. That's the bottom of your chain. So where you slip stitched to join the round, you're going to put your hook back in there again, and we're going to work a double crochet. Then that double crochet and the first 2 chains counts as an increase of 2 double crochets. So we're counting the first 2 chains as a double crochet. So doing 1 in the same stitch underneath the chains makes an increase. So you've got technically 2. Then in the next stitch along we're going to work 2 double crochet. So that's 1, get some more yarn, and then another 1 in the same stitch, and then that creates our next increase. And we're going to repeat that round for all our stitches, doing 2 double crochet in each stitch around until we end up with a stitch count of 24. So that's another 1 and another 1 in the same stitch, and just repeat that round, doing 2 double crochet in each stitch around. Okay, so we're just going up to the last stitch, and again we're just finishing up with 2 double crochet in the last stitch. So that's 1 and then 2, and then what we do is we're going to slip stitch into our top of our 2 chains. So there's our first chain at the beginning of the round, and there's our second. So we want to slip stitch into that top 2 chain, and then that joins our round like so. So by the end of round 2 you should have 24 stitches. Okay, so now we're going to move on to round 3, and again we're going to chain 2 at the beginning, so that's 1 and 2, but then we're going to go straight into the next stitch here. We're not going to do anything underneath, go straight into the next stitch doing 2 double crochet. So that's that one there. So you do 2 double crochet in the next stitch, but in the next stitch we're just going to do 1 double crochet by itself. Okay, then in the next stitch we're going to come back and do 2 double crochet for an increase. So that's 1 and 2. But then in the next stitch we're just going to do 1 by itself, just 1 double crochet in the next stitch. So then we're going to repeat that round doing 2 double crochet in the next stitch, then 1 double crochet by itself in the next stitch, then 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, all the way round to the end until you have 36 stitches. So I'm just going to do that and then I'll come back. So the next one's 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, and then 1 double crochet, then back to 2 double crochet. Okay, so I'm just coming up to the last 2 stitches, and the second to last one we just work a double crochet, just repeating the same pattern, and then in the very last stitch we work our 2 double crochet in the same stitch like so. So by the end of that round, your third round, you should have 36 stitches, and then we just slip stitch into the top of our 2 chain like so to join our round. Okay, so by the end of that round you should have 36 stitches. Round 4 we're going to chain 2, so that's 1 and 2, and then we're going to work 1 double crochet in the next stitch. So we go straight into the next stitch, so not the one underneath the chains, but this next one along. Do 1 double crochet, okay, and then we're going to work 2 double crochet in the next stitch. So, and that should line up with our previous increase. So we do 2 double crochets, so that's 1 and another one in the same stitch, and then we're going to work 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So we do 1 double crochet by itself in the next stitch, then we do 1 double crochet by itself in the next stitch like that, and then we're going to do an increase of 2 double crochet in the same stitch. So we do 1 double crochet and then another one in the same stitch for our increase. And we're going to repeat that round. We're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches and then an increase of 2 double crochet in the next stitch. So that's 1 double crochet by itself, 1 double crochet by itself, and then 2 double crochet in the next stitch, which should line up with your increases from the previous rounds. And then you go back to 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, until you get back to the beginning. And so I'll just do that and then I'll come back and show you. So that's 1 double crochet by itself, 1 double crochet by itself, and 2 double crochet, 1 and another one in the same stitch. Okay, so I'm just coming up to the last 3 stitches, and we'll just be doing exactly the same as we've been doing before. So we're doing 1 double crochet by itself in the next stitch, then 1 double crochet by itself in the next stitch. And we're going to finish up on an increase of 2 double crochet in the same stitch. We always finish on an increase on the increase rounds. So that's 1 and 2. Then we just slip stitch in the top of our 2 chain to join the round. So by the end of round 4, you should have a stitch count of 48. Okay, so when you've finished your first 4 rounds, which you've hopefully just been watching, what we're going to do now is we're going to do round 5, and this is not unique for this size. We will be doing the same round 5 for the next size up as well, which will be our final size. But for round 5, we chain 2, like we have been doing, and then we're going to work 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So that's 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and they're all by themselves. So including your 2 chain, you've done technically 3 double crochet now. And then we're going to do an increase of 2 double crochet together in the next stitch. So that's 1 and another 1 in the same stitch, and that should line up with your increase from the previous round there, like so. Then we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches by themselves. So that's 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, and then we're going to do an increase again of 2 double crochet in the same stitch, which should line up with your previous increase. So we do 2 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 and 2. Okay, all you need to do is repeat that round. So we do 1 double crochet in the next 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we do 2 double crochet in the next stitch, which should line up with your previous increase. So 1 double crochet in the next 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 double crochet in the same stitch for an increase. So just repeat that round all the way back to the beginning, doing 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, all the way back to the beginning, making sure you end on 2 double crochet. And you shall have until you get a stitch count of 60 stitches. You should have 60 by the end. Okay, so I'm just going to do that and then I'll come back and show you. Okay, so I'm just coming up to the last 4 stitches, and we're just repeating what we've been doing 1 double crochet in the next 3, 1, 2 and 3. And in the very last stitch we do our 2 double crochet increase, which should line up with our previous increase. So that's 1 and 2. Then all we do is we slip stitch in the top of our 2 chain, as we have been doing before, just to join our round. Like so. Okay, so by the end of that round you should have 60 stitches. Okay, so what we want to do now is work on our length, and if you've watched any of the other videos you'll pretty much know what you're doing by now. But for those who haven't, all you need to do is chain 2, and then we just work 1 double crochet in each stitch around by itself. So we do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet into each stitch around, just 1 by itself, like so. And you want to keep repeating this same round. Let's just pull that out. What you want to do is keep repeating, doing chain 2, 1 double crochet in each stitch around. So you want to keep a stitch count of 60, then slip stitching in your top of your 2 chain to join. And you just want to repeat that over and over and over again until you've got a length that measures from the center out to about let's look, between about 9 and 10 inches, so all the way out here. So you want to repeat chain 2, 1 double crochet in each stitch around, slip stitch in the top of your 2 chain, repeat that over and over again until you get a length of between 9 and 10 inches. Okay, so I'm just going to do that and then I will come back and show you. Okay, so that's 1 double crochet in each stitch around. Okay, so I'm just coming up to the last stitch. And I've actually ended up finishing this on a nice sunny day, which is always good. And then we're just going to slip stitch into the top of our 2 chain to join. And then let's pull up and flatten down our beanie. And do some measuring. Right. So we'll bring in our tape measure. And we were looking for a length of between 9 to 10 inches. Yeah, about between 9 and 10 inches. And we've got just over 9.5, so that's fine. So we did the first 5 rounds. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're the same as some of the other smaller sizes. Then we did an extra round, round 5 of increases, which will also be the same for the next size up. And then we worked on our length, and I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rounds. And that's just the chain 2, 1 double crochet in each stitch around, and then slip stitching to join. And I've done that 14 times, 14 rounds. Okay. Okay, so measuring across the circumference, we're looking for a circumference of 20 inches. So we want to make sure this measures 10 inches. Yep. So there we go, that's 10 inches. You can just see that in camera. And we times that by 2, so that's 20. So our hat circumference is 20 inches, and that's going to fit up to about 22 inches of a head circumference. So that's a hat circumference of 20 inches to fit up to a head circumference of 22 inches. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. I hope you managed to follow along. My next video is going to be the last in our series, video 6, and that's going to be for a man size. So that's going to be for pretty much ladies up to a man size, which will fit up to about 23 to 24 inches head circumference. Yeah, and that video will be released probably after Christmas now, but it will be coming soon, so do check that out if you're looking for that video. And yeah, so I shall see you soon for some more crochet fun. Thanks for watching. Bye!